a film that most horror fans who are into independent low-budget flicks waited 2.5 years for. I wasn't one of them. Granted, I probably saw some articles on it, but I didn't really look into it too much back when it was first coming out, or when it was first getting started, and that's my fault. And we'll see you.
Welcome to the horror show. To realize everything is wrong. Don't know who came to try. Paranoia is hiding your life. Welcome to the horror show. To realize everything is wrong. Don't know who came to try. Obsessions rule your mind.
Madison County. The bloodshed has just begun. Hopefully. Alright, so setting aside the fact that I didn't know about this movie until its near release, I was actually quite pleasantly surprised with this little indie picture. And for Christ's sakes, not that indie picture. I mean, we are talking about Madison County, aren't we? While I was watching this movie, I kept in mind two things. One, this film only cost $70,000 to make. And two, holy shit, this film right here only cost $70,000 to make. It's gotta be a record. It's just gotta be. The acting was actually so much better than I expected, and I felt that the characters knew what they were doing with their material that they were given. This film is definitely your typical slasher flick, with a few twists, but overall it's very generic. Do you want to hear the positives? Okay. The lighting was superb, the cinematography was great, the acting was good, the gore was special effecty. The killer was awesome. The killer. I must get into detail about the killer. Damien is our killer in this movie, and he does have that backwoods killer type personality. Not saying that all backwoods people are killers, but some of them are. Anyways, he creates quite the bloody mess in this film, and he has that backwoods killer type personality. He mocks his victims and screams when they're in pain, and then he's an expert at throwing things like knives and axes, and he's a really badass killer. Even if his mask kind of looks like Jigsaw's from Saw, but I can look past that because it's an awesome mask. It's going to become a trademark with other films, and I can actually enjoy that in this film because it fits. It works. Quick little trivia fact. The guy who plays Damien is actually the same guy who plays Chrome Skull in both Late Rest movies. That's the shit. Overall, I give Madison County a 4 out of 5. If there's really any negatives I can pull away from this movie, is that it is very generic and some of the characters are a bit too generic and kind of cliche a little bit. But there's nothing really that bad about this movie. It's very low budget. That's not really a flaw or problem. It's more of a inconvenience for the makers, but it's still, they came out very awesome. I am Brian Gatto, host of Horror Show Movie Reviews. Make sure to like my Facebook page in the description below, and to leave comments and subscribe.